How come every time somebody says it's better to wait until you're married before you have kids, people are always like, well, he can still leave you even if you're married. He can still leave you even if... Duh! The same way you can still die in a car accident even if you have your seatbelt on, but it's probably still a good idea to put that seatbelt on when you get in the car, right? Marriage protects you and gives you benefits that being a baby mama does not. Okay? So if you want to be a baby mama, that's your call. You're grown. You can do whatever you want. But stop trying to make women who want to wait until they're married before they have kids sound like they're crazy. Thank you.
Hey y'all, what's up? This your girl Kia Shalante, or what it is, or what it ain't, or what it's gonna be. Back with another video. Judging by the title, we're about to get into some things. So without further ado, let's vibe.
So I want to get married, but like spiritually.
So
like,
okay, it's called a commitment ceremony. I was thinking the same
commitment
thing.
ceremony.
Okay, and let me chime in when y'all get through. Go
Like
ahead.
I don't want to sign the paper. I don't want it to be. Why we gotta go to the law to get married? Like, I don't want them in my business.
You don't have to, right?
Okay, so that's funny you say that because I looked it up because I was thinking the same thing. I looked it up. I was like, "What is it? I don't want to be out here fornicating, but I want to be married for the rest of my life, you know." But I want to have my person. It's called a commitment ceremony. It's under God, but it's not under law. And I was like, "So
okay,
that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
No, that's not what we doing. That's not what we doing.
Okay, what we doing?
When something go down with your man, you want them to call you. And you want to be able to handle it. No, they ain't. Not no spiritual, nothing. Nobody calling you for that. Let me tell y'all what had happened. Let me tell you. I was married almost 9 years. And what I loved most about it was it bound out everything and everybody else in a lot of ways. And I think it also has to be, it has to be looked at in a lot of manners because number one, you can make your marriage by law be what you want it to be. Y'all sit down and work out the paperwork for it to be that. For it to be, if you want to keep financial split, if you want to keep certain things separated, if you want to keep, work that paperwork out because listen, my ex-husband was in a car accident that almost killed him. And he didn't wake up to say who to call or what to do. And I was able to come in and be there and take, they're not calling you because you spiritually married.
Oh, I see.
So there's a whole lot of under that law that is very important. It was very important that, you know, when we got divorced, he didn't want to be divorced. But because we got married for the right reasons in the midst of the divorce, none of the wrong things played a part. We didn't fight over any money. I asked for nothing. He asked for nothing. And that was that. And that's why we have a mutual respect now that remains amicable. I know everybody can't do that. So what I would say, because we never had a prenup or paperwork, anybody that know me for real know I don't need that.
Yeah.
Not me. Now, I haven't been married but once.
Right.
I'm
now, what would you do the second time?
The second time I would do the same thing I did the first time. Because, I mean, it's how I feel. It's what I believe. And I'm not saying that works for everybody. But if the concern is some of the things that happen under the law, then work it out and write it out. So that it's there.
I think what it is that
I want your last name.
I heard.
Give it to me. My daddy got sons. Get going, change it.
I heard so many bad things about marriage, and I didn't grow up like in a household with like my mama and daddy. And then the man that was around, he was a terrible man to my mama. So like, I don't even know what a real marriage looks like. You know, like I don't understand it. So to me, in my head, all I know is like bad stories of people being married
but we know bad stories of people having kids and baby daddies. We know bad stories of people going together.
But you can't really come in time. You can't. What can you do because you got a baby? I mean, nothing. But if you marry and we have a bad divorce, are you gonna come take my money?
There's ways to protect yourself.
But if your baby daddy sign your birth certificate, if they want to be problematic, they can be problematic there too. That is law binding.
How about coming to get the kid? Because you could come.
Or fighting for the kid.
You can
go sign up. You can somewhere crying, cussing. I be watching your 45-minute rant like, damn. I ain't talking about for the weekend. I ain't talking about for the weekend. When they want to be, if somebody wants to be problematic, they can be problematic with whatever piece of your life you give them. Make your marriage what you want it to be. If you want to do a spiritual ceremony, I'll celebrate that with you too. But Mama not doing that.
No, I agree.
Somebody gonna have to give me their name.
I agree.
Yeah, and we gonna work out.
Just saying, so we can work out the paperwork.
Yeah, that's right. Like that.
It's different. It sounds different. Like just
there are many ways to do it. I have many friends that have been married and divorced just as quietly as I was. By the time it was in the news that I was getting divorced, I was divorced.
Wow.
It was done. And I didn't make it messy. And I think also the way that I mother and the way that I handled things with him, he respected and he reciprocated. I'm not saying that happens with everybody, but that was the blessing in my situation. But I also think because it all started with nothing but love. It wasn't about, because I don't need anybody to secure me. I've been securing me since I was 12.
Right.
So we won't even let it be that. But I feel like if you want to do it, you can make everything in the paperwork say what you want to say. We do it with contracts. And people now will say, like I have somebody very close to me that's like, oh, I'm never getting married. It's the worst contract written by man. I say rewrite it. You get in business with these Negroes every day and you're excited to do it. But you're afraid to do it with me. So for me, the next person I'm with, if I don't mean enough to you for you to change my last name, and we can sit down and work that out if that makes you more comfortable. If I don't mean enough, I don't want to be there because I'm not about to be going together 10, 20, 30 years. I just can't do it. Now, in my younger day, I was really okay with it. But there's a certain level of responsibility and connection. And it forced us to have conversations that normally you wouldn't, because when I couldn't stand for myself, he had to stand for me. When I was sick and, I was out for a while, I had some different things happen that I wasn't prepared for. I didn't even know I had endometriosis. He had to stand for me. When he was in the car accident, yes. It's like there are just some deeper levels to it. And I would just say work out whatever you want it to look like. You're a lawyer and
thank you for that advice.
You should tell
I love y'all because y'all love each other real bad.
For those who don't know, a commitment ceremony is a way for two people to celebrate their love and dedication to each other without getting into the legal aspects of a traditional wedding. A commitment ceremony focuses on the personal bond and the promises between the partners, as it is a way to honor your relationship. Now, you can still exchange vows, promise rings, or other traditions that you might find at a wedding, but with a commitment ceremony, there is no legal contracts. Child, I don't know, y'all, but a commitment ceremony gives me pinky promise vibes.
Babe, you know I love you. You're the only woman I want and need. We have a house together. We have cars together. You had my 3 kids and put your body at risk. We have this bank account in our name together. You cook, you clean, you pleasure me, and you loyal, baby. But I don't believe in marriage. Why we need marriage for? We already locked in together forever. Marriage not for me, baby.
Y'all know how crazy that sounds? Yeah, because that's the reality of it.
Being a baby mama is not a flex, and I said what I said. Well, I'd rather be a baby mama than be a miserable wife. Girl, majority of the women that be saying that, she ain't never been a wife a day in her life. She wouldn't know a good man if a good man stood in front of her and said, I'm a good man. Second of all, if she was a miserable wife, that had everything to do with her husband and nothing to do with marriage. Lastly, miserable wives can get spousal support. Ain't no such thing as baby mama and baby daddy support. Well, being a single mom is a flex because we be making it happen. 2 + 2 = 4 does not take away from the fact that 3 + 3 = 6, meaning 2 things can be true at the same time. Yes, by the grace of God, I am a successful single mother. But no, I do not support baby mama culture. This is what I be telling you, young ladies. There are a lot of women that you will meet that want you to be just as miserable as them. So take it from me as a single mother. As quick as he wants you to get down on both of your knees for him, he should have no issue getting down on one knee for you.
Even if you don't want to be married, why do I keep seeing so many single baby mamas though? If you're going to be a baby mama
mama or a girlfriend, where is the dad though? Where is the boyfriend? At least the committed relationship. I'm not seeing that either. So when we push marriage and stuff, it's not because we're trying to look down on people. It's simply to say like, where's the structure? Where's the companionship? Where's the union? Where's the two? Where's the couple aspect? You know, two people being together. I'm sick and tired of seeing y'all just out here pregnant, no baby daddy in sight, and you're sitting here trying to be all happy and joyous when I know deep down inside it's killing you, ma. It's killing you.
Baby, I am grown. I need stability. I need security and I need protection. Listen, if something happens to your man as a baby mama, you hoes no weight. But the wife do. Okay.
Everything got my name on it. Ring finger got his ring on it. Don't nothing move till I sign shit.
If a commitment ceremony is your thing, do you by all means. But y'all let me know in the comments below. Would you prefer a commitment ceremony or a legal marriage?
It's one thing for you to have a child with a man and it don't work out because happens. It's another thing to intentionally and deliberately be making children, trying to put kids in a broken dynamic. That's a mental illness. And we're the only demographic that beat up women who say being a baby mama is not a flex. Some of y'all will hold men down for 10 and 15 years. Some of y'all been dealing with the same man for well over 10 and 15 years and you ain't never been his girlfriend, but you have a baby with him. The other part that confuses me is y'all will say marriage is not a goal and will make it your mission to not let a man actually commit to you. But you'll go have a baby and want the same type of benefits that a wife get. The mental. See, women have been on a loud and proud trope trying to get men to understand the dynamics of what the body goes through in pregnancy and the postpartum effects of pregnancy. Losing your hair, losing your teeth, your eyes being bloodshot red, you having a different voice change, everything about your body changes. Simultaneously, you're also telling them, well, I'm not first priority to you. It doesn't matter how I turn out. Just make sure we have this baby. Make sure you understand the importance of what could happen to me if I have this baby. But I don't have to be your first priority. You don't need to make decisions about me in the event something happens with me and I can't take care of this baby. See, psychologically, that would never make sense to me specifically.
Disclaimer. The kids are innocent. They are beautiful and amazing. Anything I say has nothing to do with them babies because I can't wait to be a mom and I love the kids, period. But you are proactively choosing where you want to be active at and where you want to take your time. Mm-hmm. You want to take your time in having a wife because of your own fears. But you will, and I say this with all respect and love, what I'm about to say next, okay, Cam? But you will selfishly create broken families, even if you're in their life and you're a proactive father, and I believe you're an amazing daddy. I can only imagine with just your presence and knowing you thus far. But these families are still broken. Every child cannot have Papa in the house with them. So some child, if not all, will end up with some kind of deficit without daddy being there. Mm-hmm. Now, you chose to do that. I'm not saying you sat there and woke up one morning and said, I want to be selfish today, so I'm going to go make a baby. Not saying that at all. But those are selfish acts at the expense of your fear. So at what point do you feel the fear? Do it anyways. And yeah, that is a low functioning behavior to say that I am going to create these homes. Oh, let me go better. I'm going to build these houses and put kids and these beautiful women and kids in them, but I ain't going to create a home in them. I'm going to wait till I dissipate my fear to find a wife where I'm still going to be fearful with, because there's no such thing as not having some type of nerve or some type of feeling behind marrying somebody who you're spending your life with. And then I'm going to build a home with her while all these other beautiful babies have houses. That's completely unfair and it's selfish.
Just tell me when I can solve.
Yeah, almost. That's completely unfair and that's selfish. And so, yes, you're taking your time in this department, but you're not taking your time in this department, which means you're compartmentalizing. And compartmentalizing never works. Compartmentalizing hurts everybody involved. Everybody who's in this box and that box and this box and that box and this box. And then here you go over here trying to figure out what box you're going to feed or entertain or do. Then you're looking outside to figure out who's your next victim to put in the box. It's unhealthy. And it's a huge dysfunction within our Black community that I truly believe personally, statistically, mental health wise, and community wise, that Black men would stop.
Black men would what?
Stop doing that, that they would stop that dysfunctional behavior of compartmentalizing and creating houses, not homes, and then finally a home with the wife. And then you have all these other houses that are homeless. But you over here, at some point when you do get a wife, if you do, I'm saying if that's what you want, you will. You'll get whatever you want. You're trying to create a home. Totally dysfunctional and extremely, that's the epitome of selfish. Epitome of selfish.
Rather than breaking generational curses, we are choosing to continue them, allowing them to persist and take root. What could have ended with you is now an ongoing cycle that will affect future generations, and that is not okay. To the females out here, y'all know these ninjas have multiple kids with multiple baby mamas, and yet you will still sleep with these same ninjas, end up pregnant, and the cycle continues. As a female, we have to take accountability. You can't portray yourself as the victim in a story you willingly chose to be a part of. Females, protect your womb.
What's stopping y'all from getting married? Oh, y'all already did one of those secret industry weddings.
No, there has not been a secret industry marriage. I think that it's a little personal, you know what I mean? But just like, to be real with you, just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. I don't know if to me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. You know, people be like, oh, you got to get married. To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get the idea of like, oh, you have to get married. But then it's like, to me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too, because then people be getting divorced. The divorce rate's so fucking high. And I am someone who, I'm not like discounting anything, and I'm not saying that we aren't gonna get married. But what I'm saying is that it's just, I would like to do a lot. I would like to, and I don't like putting our personal business out there like that either. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done, I feel like, in general.
Well, take it from somebody who's been with their woman for 26 years, right? It's always going to be ups and downs.
Period.
The work's never going to stop.
Yeah.
Especially raising
26
kids.
years?
Been with her 26 years. No relationship is going to be perfect all the time. So if you're thinking that you got to wait for this fairy tale magical awakening where everything's going to be all good all the time, it's just like, no. That's not the way life is.
No. I don't think it's that. I think that it's just seeing so many different, you know, the thing about Janae is that we have so many relationships. It's like being peers, being in a group together, parents, romantic, all that, you know, it's like, it's a crazy connection, because no matter what, we're always going to be tied together, no matter what. So I think that doesn't discount that, like, she and me both have to be on the same page. Not to say we aren't, but I feel like I can only speak for myself, that there needs to be like more work done so we could keep going. Because there's a lot of focus on our family. There's a lot of focus on careers and everything, and that is something that I feel like has not been the main focus.
So y'all not necessarily together now, y'all just figuring it out.
Oh, now look at you, Charlotte.
I'm just asking a question.
No, I'm not saying that either. That's, you know, what I'm saying is that it's not perfect and that it needs to be work done.
Nowadays, what are y'all dating for? If you don't want to get married, okay, I can respect that. But what are we doing? What is the end goal? I need security. I need stability. I need someone I could count on. We not in high school no more.
It all just boils down to, do you want to be with this person for the rest of your life?